Hello YouTube, I'm Panache Gaming and welcome to the video. Today's video is my first next gen upload and the footage is of a Call of Duty Ghosts PlayStation 4 TDM on the map Warhawk. I feel it was an okay gameplay but nothing too spectacular. I finished top of the leaderboard at 24 for 9 and I managed to get a field order mortar strike, which always goes to work on this map pretty well. It's one of Call of Duty Ghosts' better attempts at making a map. Bar the campers that seem to have numerous hidey holes to frequent, the map is still playable for all other styles of player, I feel. But what I want to talk about today, given it's my first upload of a next gen game, is the next gen consoles and how I feel nearly a year on from their release. Like many folk out there, when the consoles were announced I was very excited and eager to see what the 8th generation of gaming consoles would have to offer. Although I still felt the current generation consoles still had a lot to offer also, given that games like Grand Theft Auto, Diablo 3, Call of Duty Ghosts, Gran Turismo 6, but to name a few, were all landing around the same time as Xbox One and PS4 were due to release. I question, was it necessary for the console giants to be releasing their 8th gen consoles in November 2013? I am a Wii U owner and I do consider that to be an 8th gen console, and Mario Kart 8 and other up and coming third party Nintendo exclusives will prove that. The Wii U gives the consumer a unique and different option to next gen gaming. However, I do believe most Wii U console owners have another branded console at their disposal, and those that don't will be using the Wii U as a family games machine. I really hope Nintendo do make it through this generation and release hardware in the next. I would like to think everyone out there is a Nintendo fan or has been at some point in their life. Let's not forget the Wii was the 7th generation's biggest selling console, but the 8th generation top spot is going to be battled out for by the PS4 and the Xbox One. Now don't hate on me Xbox fans, I've had a PlayStation since the PS1 and I've had all the PlayStation consoles including the handhelds, so naturally I put my deposit down on a PS4 and collected on the day of release. Fast forward nearly a year and I've now built up a fairly big opinion on how the first year of the 8th generation has been. On release day I was like a kid at Christmas. Release day was my Christmas day in 2013 and I love that Sony gave me the option to upgrade the hard drive myself, so I stuck a 1TB straight in. Games I was playing at the start were FIFA 14, Call of Duty Ghosts, Need for Speed The Rivals and Killzone Shadowfall. Graphically, all these games were amazing. FIFA 14 and Call of Duty Ghosts were a huge step up in terms of textures and details over the PlayStation 3 versions. However, Need for Speed didn't cut it for me, but even if the next gen hadn't have come out in 2013, I would have still brought Need for Speed The Rivals for the PS3. Upgrading offers were easy to claim and install. The PS4 in general was a massive improvement. Clearer menus, integrated Twitch, all these things impressed me. No AV output was annoying for my headset, and as headsets were expensive to start with, I've only just brought myself a set of Turtle Beach PX4s which were made specially for the PS4. The first few months passed, the gaming on the next gen was good. Numbers were lower on the multiplayer, but they will increase over time as more people get the console. And I've never struggled to get in any games other than Need for Speed The Rivals, which is PS4's only standout racer. But that didn't matter, I told myself, because Drive Club is on the way. Unfortunately, though, this has been put back all year long with other games like Tom Clancy's The Division, The Order 1886, Evolve and Watch Dogs, which is out now but was 6 months late. Some of these games affected on both consoles, and it was hardly the game launch I expected. But I was still enjoying playing the games available with my two other friends who made the jump over to PS4. I have to wonder though, why didn't Microsoft and Sony inform developers earlier of their plans to release consoles in late 2013? And just maybe we could have had games like Grand Theft Auto 5 and Gran Turismo 6 on the PS4 from the start. I will give Microsoft credit for having Forza ready for Xbox One. PlayStation Plus has offered some solid indie titles for free each month since release, but we're nearly a year on now. Come on Sony, at least chuck knacking on PlayStation Plus now, surely. We haven't had any big name titles yet. I can't comment on Xbox One, but how have your free games been? The PlayStation 4 was still worth the purchase for me. It was cheaper on release day than my PS3, which I brought 18 months into its life cycle. The PlayStation Store is faster, the downloads are faster, the system as a whole is faster. The not so good Call of Duty Ghosts has been enjoyable, knowing the graphics are 10 times better than the PlayStation 3 version, and FIFA 14 has been a pleasure to play. I'm still annoyed that there's been a lack of races on the PS4, and that games in general have been slow in coming out. The Last of Us blew me away, but all these games I'm mentioning, majority of them are available on current gen and were developed for that generation first, and have been ported to next gen with a graphic buff. I think in hindsight, Sony and Microsoft should have released now, as in October, November 2014, to even bigger fanfare. The games that are coming out now or soon have been developed for next gen and will be ported to the current gen. Games will truly start to show how the next gen's potential, and I'm really looking forward to it. I feel Sony and Microsoft should have let gamers enjoy the current gen's climax and give it the send off it deserves. 7th generation has been amazing. It was more than capable of seeing another year out on its own without competing with the next gen consoles. I do still play on my PS3. Only new games I've had this year though have been through the PlayStation Plus monthly game deliveries. I can see me dropping back on the PS3 from time to time, but next gen should really start to kick off in 2015. I just hope Sony and Microsoft are grateful to us customers for helping the next gen start well. I finally get my hands on Grand Theft Auto 5 this autumn for the PlayStation 4. Also, many more friends are buying next gen consoles and will be playing games like Advanced Warfare, Destiny, Evolve, FIFA 15, etc, etc. As I will also be playing them games, but I will be also playing and catching up on Grand Theft Auto 5, and you start to ask yourself, would I have been better sticking to the last generation with 2014? Leave your thoughts in the comments guys, and thanks for watching. I'm going to let the gameplay see the video out.
Good job. Report to command for debrief.